The following is a described video. If you would like to watch the video without audio description, please follow the link in the description. Fade from black to the side view of a very thin golden phone, then to the same golden phone now beside a noticeably more thick phone. The thinness of a device is often used to demonstrate the technical expertise of its engineers and the abilities of its designers. It kind of works the same way as the height of a skyscraper. Though far from the most important measure of greatness, it is an easily observable and appreciable measure. An ultra-thin device often garners the attention of enthusiasts and normal folk alike. It is able to instantly inspire a sense of awe to anyone who holds it and sees it. However, everything comes at a cost, and sometimes in trying to gain the respect of others and surprising them, we end up hurting ourselves in the process. This phone is exactly the example of that. A shot of the golden phone's back revealing the Apple logo on the rear. The Mobile Museum opening sequence plays. Then it transitions to a shot of the iPhone beside a Mobile Museum label. The iPhone 6s's design is more or less identical to that of the 6. The 6s released in 2015, and it faced fierce competition as competitors like Samsung really started improving their build. Apple's answer to that was repeating the design of the previous year. That wasn't the problem. To be honest, the design is quite timeless. If it released today, I would still be stunned. A person with blue gloves shows off various angles of the iPhone, with its fully metal matte finish and white antenna lines running across the top and bottom. To hold this phone naked without any case is such a pleasure. Its soft metal design with curved edges and corners just invites your hands to hold it. The curves also make the phone feel a lot thinner the way it tapers out. It's quite a trick of the eye. The attention to detail is also incredible. The SIM card tray has a slight curve which blends right into the rest of the body. The camera looks along the side of the phone, showing that it is perfectly curved and rounded, and the buttons are seemingly perfectly fitted. Even the screen's glass is slightly curved to match the design language. When it comes to physical industrial design, it is almost unmatched. But they did make one mistake. It's a mistake that they made here and they continue to make today, and that is the camera nipple. It's an absolute contradiction to the overall design language that it set forth. The camera zooms into the phone's small camera tucked into the rear corner of the phone, which protrudes slightly from the rest of the phone, awkwardly. After that, the blue-gloved hand places an ugly old clear case that has been stained brown onto the shiny golden iPhone. It only sticks up a little, but visually it stands out. As you may expect, it is thus unable to lie flat on a table, and really makes you want to cover up this beautiful design with a case, so it will sit flat. Sure, it was this design that allowed Apple's reputation for excellent picture quality, but it's a shame to me that this bump ruins the flawless consistency of the design. Otherwise, the build is absolutely top-notch. Even compared to the advancing competition like the Samsung Galaxy S6, a premium-looking Samsung phone is shown, and it has a beautiful dark blue glass back and a silver frame. Then cuts to another shot of the iPhone and the Samsung on top of each other, comparing the right long edge, which reveals that the iPhone and Samsung both have the SIM card slot and the power button in the exact same spot. It seemed like Samsung just copied Apple's design without understanding why Apple designed it like they did. For example, they curved the glass in the S6 Edge, but that only made it more difficult to use because your palm would accidentally activate the touchscreen. The edges of the Samsung are both curved and flat, which feels like Samsung was indecisive as to how they wanted their phone to look. And most of all, there's a massive wobbling camera nipple as well. Sure, the Samsung felt premium, but it didn't feel like a work of art. So, the iPhone's design gained the respect of everyone, but what went wrong? A transition plays to the iPhone lying on top of the Samsung phone. Then cuts to another shot where the gloved hand navigates the operating system of the iPhone and switching between the apps smoothly. The reason why I have the Samsung Galaxy S6 was because it used to be my daily driver before I switched to the iPhone 6s. The 6s still gets software updates, which is absolutely incredible for a phone. It is also faster, takes better pictures, has a better speaker, and is overall more polished. But the downfall of this phone is its battery life. This phone has a 1,715 mAh battery compared to the Samsung's 2,550 mAh battery. Apple's chips and OS are often quite battery sipping, but there's only so much you can do with such a small battery. A shot of the Samsung and the iPhone beside each other, with both the screens displaying their current battery life. Then switches to a shot of a black, large, thick, old laptop. This phone's battery is quite comparable to that of the X230 that I reviewed last week, a laptop from 8 years ago. I would say that you'd be getting around 2 hours of video playback on this device, which is quite embarrassing. This poor battery life and degrading battery health led Apple eventually deciding to throttle the phone, secretly. And that led to a class action lawsuit from angry customers, and now a slower phone when they were found out. The phone is placed beside a blue battery bank. Then the blue gloved hands proceed to take the phone and battery bank, then rubber bands them together. Today, this phone is only usable for extended periods of time if you have a charger nearby or strap a battery bank around it. A shot of the iPhone's slim chassis, and then switches to the same iPhone next to an older, thicker iPhone. It's quite a shame because this design was so influential and beautiful. The phone begs to be shown off with its stunning finish and smooth edges. Deep down internally, however, it wants to be plugged in and is always hungry for a charge. It should have never given up its former, thicker, and heavier self just to be appreciated for how it looks. This phone is demonstration that in design, sometimes a lot has to be sacrificed in order to achieve a certain look. In this case, it was too much. I personally think that if they extended the phone to be a bit thicker and removed the camera nipple, it would have really improved this product. A newer iPhone X is placed on top of the iPhone 6 previously shown, demonstrating the iPhone X's thicker design. It's easy to say now, with our phones today being a lot larger and heavier, that this phone was a step in the wrong direction, but it was an important stepping stone to get there. Fade to black. Then transitions to the end screen, which features 2 links in the middle of the screen to other videos and a note that leads viewers to the description for links to the channel, Instagram, and website of Mobile Museum. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. To be honest, when I wrote this, it blew my mind at all that the antenna lines on this phone are so seamless and curved perfectly. It's really quite impressive. If you want to see more iPhone 6s content, see last week's video. We'll also be releasing another video next week as well. I hope to see you then. Fade to black.